You know, when your audience is active, you can post when your audience is active. You know, for us at Optivent, we know that we target a lot of diaspora, and we usually post our content at around 5:30, because that's the time the people in the US, they are now active. So you can study the trend of your audience and then post then when they are active, when they are available online. And of course, very, very important, you have to engage your audience. Don't just post and go to sleep. There's this guy I really love. This called Masiyiwa, you know. This guy is able to respond to every comment on his Facebook. And I said, hey, whether it is him or his people, I find it very, very interesting. And every time you engage your audience, you attract them. You are responsive. And of course, remember, these audience are the same people who are going to ask you, and Kawa, what are you offering? And these are the people that you are going to sell to. These are the same people that are able to promote you. And of course, number 5, optimize call to action, CTA, call to action. Every post that you put out there, what is the purpose? What's the meaning? People have seen my post. Every time I do a story, maybe I do a story on a marriage, you know, I ask people, do you want to join the most peaceful development in East and Central Africa? Call now, 0790 300 300. And I have seen people calling. Why? Because you have put call to action. You can also attach your link right there. And then finally, a bonus point, ensure that your social media profile is looking good. Ensure that your social media profile, get a beautiful photo. If you're promoting products, get nice photos of your product. Your bio must be good. Let your bio be good. Your name, whether it's in LinkedIn or Twitter, and that way you are able to connect. And once you connect, they say that you become a person of influence. I believe that if you're competent enough, you are of good character, and you have connections, you enhance your influence. They say that competency plus character plus connection is equal to influence. And for us as entrepreneurs, as business people, as career people, as students, we want to be a people of influence. Back to Nagelai.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Yes, we have a question here, and this is Catherine, and she says, kindly expand on staying on one's lane of expertise. For example, if I have 2 different pages, one is professional and another just business, is it advisable?
Okay, thank you, Catherine. Catherine is asking, can I maintain 2 pages? Yes, I would say yes, you can maintain a page and maybe an account. But what Bonnie was insisting is that people need to know, what are you known for? You know, like for us at Optivent, you know, the other day I was trying to promote, we have different brands. You know, of course, we have Optivent Real Estate, we have GMC, Oasis of Family Transformation, we have some restaurants. And sometimes I could feel I want to promote restaurant, and I could see Bonnie and Nagirai deleting my posts because they say that I am confusing the audience. So people must know, Anthony Kimohu, what are you known for? Are you known for real estate? So if they see you promoting other things and you're not an influencer, you know, influencers like DJ Covenant, they are known. They can promote a brand. But if they know Anthony Kimohu as the real estate expert, when you start promoting other things, or you have different accounts promoting different things, unless now you change your title that you're not want to be known as real estate expert. So I think that consistency is very important. The same with the business we do. They say that Africans, we have a problem. We want to become the jack of all the trades. You want to supply SAD, you want to sell ballast, you want to do everything. And that's how we lose it, you know. And we do it when you're starting. You can do it later, like Chris Kirubi. You can have other businesses when you can hire experts. But when you are starting, don't try to do everything. And by the way, I was there personally. You know, I was on car hire, I was on car sales, or I was water packaging. So you confuse yourself, you also confuse the market. The same with our social media platforms. So persistence and the consistency on one particular line is important. However, it doesn't hurt. Maybe you want an account whereby you want to post your feelings on Facebook, but you have a business account whereby you remain professional, you remain on that particular line as you promote your services or your products. Thank you, Catherine. Back to Nagilai.
Good, good. Yes, Catherine, umesikia, ukitaka mambo ya siasa, kuwa na a different account. Usichanganye siasa na kazi or your business. So unless you have a different account for other things, but for your business, let it stick to one line and one account. The other question is from Eunice Njoki, and she says a quick one. Which social media platforms works for the real estate industry?
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Eunice Joki. I'll give our own example as Optiven. We use two platforms majorly, and one of the platforms is definitely Facebook. We use a lot of Facebook to promote our products, and we get leads. We also use Twitter. Twitter is also very, very good in terms of engaging the clientele. And of course, people in fashion, they can be able to use Instagram. And of course, people who in career, maybe you're looking for a job or you are a consultant, you can be able to use LinkedIn. You know, it's a professional platform. And of course, there are others that we as Optiven, we don't use, but other people use them. There is Reddit, there is Tableau, there is Snapchat, there is Pinterest, there are others, there are many, there are Spotify, and there are quite a number. But for us, for real estate, we find Facebook very, very interesting. We also find the content development, you know, content marketing also very, very interesting. And don't be so verbal. Don't do long articles, because I saw a research that Kenyan people or Africans, they are becoming slightly lazy to read a lot of stuff. Why? There's a lot of stuff coming on our WhatsApp, on our emails. So be brief and to the point, so that we are able to capture the market. So thank you, Eunice Joki. I hope nimekusaidia hapo.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. The other comment is Dorothy says, wow, that came out very clearly. It was a concern too. Okay, she also had that concern in terms of accounts. Then Catherine, you've also responded. Great. Thank you so much for your response. And then there is Josephine Kemani says on point number 3, strategy, how much is too much to avoid being noisy or spam?
Wow, thank you. I think I also give a practical example. When I started using social media, you know, I think I was making a lot of noise. I was posting almost every 2 hours, you know. Every 2 hours I post. And I had no even point to respond to the people that are either commenting or people who are asking questions. So you are just posting. And when people discover that you just post, they'll get bored. They'll move out of your platform. But if you post something with content and something that can support people, people will get engaged. Remember, social media is social media. Don't again post sales. Every day is sales. Every day is sales. You can post one for sales and maybe one more article for encouraging people. You know, have an article, a comment to encourage people. You know, right now people have lost jobs. Right now businesses are struggling. You know, you can do as a content to inspire and encourage people, telling people that this is a bump. Things are going to be better. So when you encourage people, you find that such a post get more comment than anything else. So you can balance business and social. Remember, human beings are social beings. So you can mix the two once in a while. But of course, as Nagira said, don't put your platform, if you're not a politician, don't make it a political platform. Then if you're in business, avoid controversial issues. You know, don't post there. Maybe it's Chris Jao. People know Chris Jao as an expert in real estate. Hapo tu umepost that me, I support Ruto. Me, I support Lege. Me, I support Raida. My friend, that's how you will lose friends you will lose customers. They say that a business person, a career person, you cannot take sides. Never take sides in politics, because you never know who is going to be next. If you want to remain sober, that's why we business people, we are accused that we sit on the fences. But it helps for you to sit on the fence, because you require customers from every side, whether it is this political divide or that political divide. Of course, all those controversial issues, if you want to tap your customers, you can avoid them, unless you want to engage to be the right crusader. Then you can open a page for fighting for maybe rights of women, fighting for rights of boy child, fighting for rights of, those kind of things. That's my advice.
Good. Thank you, sir. That is well articulated. Yeah, you need to avoid some issues. If you are a business person, especially politics, keep off, because the common saying, we shall revisit. So don't be the person who will be, revisited after the campaigns period. So the other question is coming from Anthony Ngure. No, Charity Mbogwa says, which platform works best for the baking industry?
Wow, thank you, Charity Bogwa. I think I'll give an example of a lady that I mentor. She actually does cakes from Weki, and she was using Facebook to promote her beautiful cakes, and she was selling. So I asked her, you can use a second platform called IG, Instagram, and she told me that the sales doubled. The sales doubled. So you can either use one or two platforms, and you can be able to push either on Facebook, or you can push on Instagram, or maybe you can determine where this, as Body said, where this target market, where you are target market. And it doesn't hurt. You can use multi-platforms. You can even use TikTok. You can even use other available platforms. You can be able to tell what works for your audience. And of course, Charity Bogwa, I'm sure that most of these people are your followers, so you know where these followers are found. Thank you, Charity.
Very good, thank you. The next question, we have a question from Anthony Ngure, and he says, question, kindly sir, explain how someone political or religious view when posted online can affect business.
Wow, thank you, Anthony Gule. You can post something political or something controversial, and this may divide your fans, may divide your followers. Maybe there's somebody who really look upon Anthony Gule, as a mentor. And this person who looks after at Anthony Gule as a mentor may have a different orientation, may have a different liking in terms of either politics or religious orientation. And they say, wow, I think my mentor is on the other side. And you may lose a friend, you may lose a client, you may lose a prospect, you may lose a lead. So the best thing as a business person, as a career person, just stay there. And that's why even for us at Optiven, when people join Optiven, we tell them very clearly when we are orienting them, we tell them, Optiven, we don't discuss politics. We tell them, Optiven, we don't take sides on controversial issues. And I remember one time we had this fight in Kenya, and we were able to maintain that you could not mention the side you support. So and we made it very clear. So it sometimes is very, very important. The same with the families, those who are married, don't encourage your spouse taking sides. We saw some couples, there's a couple friend of mine, they literally divorced. Why? Because of political orientation. Huyu ameamini hivi. Finally, the family split. Can you imagine? Because of people. And of course, you know that these people, they eat together, they went to the school together, their children are driving 40 million cars, na wewe sasa unapoteza mwelekeo. let's remain focused as business people, as career people. And I can tell you, politics come and go, these beliefs come and go, and we can remain focused, because at the end of the day, you want your baking business to prosper. Yeah. At the end of the day, you want your career to prosper. And that's why you have this particular fantastic forum. Back to Nagilai.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Questions are coming very fast and furious. Esther Mukami says, which platform is best for health and wellness? Health and wellness.
Wow. I think I'll throw this back to the platform. I don't know whether there's anybody doing a wellness, or solutions that can be able to answer. We can allow somebody to raise a hand up, because I'm not very conversant on which is the best.
Good, good. As we wait for that, we can go to the next question by Paris Cherotich. He says, real estate is wide. Supposing today I'm marketing, selling of land, and next day I would wish to market management of houses using one platform. Will I be consistent?
Wow, thank you, Paris. Thank you, Paris. Yes, you can be, of course, real estate is massive, it's huge. You can talk of residential, property management, land selling, warehousing management, and others. Yes, you can be able to market, either it is management, whether it is land, whether it's housing, because in the common mwananchi, in the common follower, they know all these are real estate. The only thing, Paris, you need to baptize yourself is maybe people need to know you as a real estate expert, so that they allow you within their understanding, they allow you to market all the products and services pertaining to real estate. Yes, you can use one platform and market different products, because these are different products. It's possible and doable. Thank you, Paris.
Very good, very good. Next question is, my name is Catherine Mugosero. I'm a physical therapist and beautician. I offer solutions to people having skin, muscle, and general beauty services and products. Sir, which social media is more appealing and relevant for someone like me?
Wow, thank you, Catherine. Thank you, Catherine. I have seen people offering such, post a lot on LinkedIn because this is a professional service. I have also seen others, some of my friends, they are able to talk about it on Facebook, and also others, they tweet. So you can do multi-platforms on such kind of services. But of course, LinkedIn, people might take you more seriously because this is a professional service, Catherine. Thank you. Back to Nagilai.
Very good. Next is Gabriel and Joy. And Gabriel and Joy, they say, is sending people to inbox a good idea? Sometimes we don't share everything. That is Gabriel.
Wow, thank you, Gabriel. Actually, inbox works magic, especially those who want to do direct sales. Somebody can ask a question. Instead of giving all information on the platform, you can send a message, either through Messenger, or you can inbox them, and you can tell them, check your inbox. And this works very well when somebody is doing a Facebook ads. Remember, Facebook ads, they are seen by many people. So you don't want to explain everything on the platform. You can be able to inbox these people. So people take it kindly, and they also take it nicely. There are others, people who also do Facebook shops, or Facebook shop. You can also use inbox to reach out to the people who are inquiring. And this has worked for me personally, and it can also work for you. Thank you, Gabriel.
Thank you, our mentor. Yes, we are doing good. We are doing well. Good. We continue with questions, and there is another question. Yes, sir.
Nagilai, I'm thinking this question for Esther Mukami. Maybe you can ask a favor or Basike, because he's also a digital media expert,
yes,
to try to answer that.
Favor, you are there. You can
I'm
unmute
here.
and respond.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. So to answer your question really quickly, what I would say is that you can use this platform called Pinterest. If you go to the WhatsApp, not the WhatsApp, if you go online and type in statistia.com, or you just go on Google and find out the Pinterest statistics, you will notice that a big number of people have joined Pinterest this year. Reason being is that, Google changes their algorithm at least 8 times a day. Instagram changes their algorithm once in a while, but Pinterest just changed their algorithm to favor creators. So what you can do with Pinterest is that you can open a business account. It's free. You can open a business account and start connecting with people who do health and wellness. There's so many posts. Pinterest is like TikTok, and now Pinterest is becoming the new thing. So if you join Pinterest, set up an account, set up a business account, I would advise you, so that you can be able to see your analytics. When you start posting stuff, you see what other people are posting, you post your own things. Look out for infographics, look for a designer, go online and look for people who make designs, like infomercials, infographics, video, text. Let people know what you're doing, tell people your story, and then also get reviews. When you get reviews from people, that more people can be able to trust your brand. So use Pinterest a lot. I would say use Instagram as well. And with Instagram, try and look for the hashtags. You can go online, look for the hashtags that work the best. And when you find the hashtags that work the best, you can now look at the top 9 posts and see what is popular, see what they're posting, comment on them. You can't just be popular on social media if you're not engaging with people and adding value. So that is my suggestion for you. Pinterest and Instagram will be very great for that purpose.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much, Favor Obasike, for that addition. I know that you are also doing so well in terms of social media marketing. I also want to add that you can also use influencers. There are people who have got a say in the marketplace, and you can ask them or pay them to mention your service or your product. There are people, when they see somebody has bought a property in Optiven, and he's an influencer, they say this property must be a good property. So it's also another social media strategy that can be used in terms of reaching out there for people to like your service or buy your service or buy your product. So it also increases the visibility. So, and last time we said that visibility brings credibility, and credibility brings profitability. So you can be able to do that. Of course, if you have extra coin, you can be able to pay Facebook so that your materials, your pitch is seen by more people out there, because the competition is also coming, and there are many people who are promoting ads out there. So if you have a little money, Kenya today, you can either pay by M-Pesa. So the work is becoming easier. Even those who are doing wholesale, I have seen somebody doing wholesale. So you can be able to promote what you're selling within your region. If you're in Kitengela, you can ask, you can promote within the area of Kitengela, Siokemao, so that you don't waste a lot of money. And that's what we do for us at Optiven. If you want to promote our properties in the US, there are some states that we have Kenyans. So those are the states that we say we want our money, pay per click. We want this pay per click to be in certain regions. And these are things that are available. And these are things that can help us to promote our services, to promote our businesses, so that we keep shining. So I think, Nagilai, you can now conclude the session. And I must thank everyone for attending this particular session. And it only becomes a good session if we implement. And once we implement, we'll be giving you some time to tell us, I implemented this one and it worked. And if, of course, you have any question, we have a platform. That WhatsApp is for consulting. You can ask a question there, and anybody can be able to, because most of us are in business, are in career, they're already in this particular practice. Feel free to help one another, to lift one another. That's why we say that we are here to connect. Most of us are very competent, and then we say competency plus connection, plus good character, equals to influence. We want to be a people of influence. So Naglai, you can go ahead and conclude.
Good. A quick one before we conclude. Let me just take this one question, and I want this to be answered by Favor, because he's on this line. And this is this is from Waithaka. Waithaka says, you can talk a little bit about security and social media to avoid fraudsters. I think he's talking about the hackers. So maybe Favor, you can respond to that. Then the rest of the questions, there are, I think, 2 questions. That is from Catherine and Evelyn. We can share them on the platform. Then we can respond from there. Welcome.
Thank you. So about security, one thing I would say is that if you're using social media, the best thing for you to do is to, first of all, use email accounts to sign up, because when you use email accounts to sign up, rather than using your phone or any other gadget, it helps you get more connected, because Google has this thing called a 2-step verification process. So whenever you log in, it can send a notification to your phone asking if you're the one that logged in. And if you're the one, you can be able to now protect yourself. Another good thing that you can do with security is that build a privacy policy for yourself. There's so many options. You can go online and see what other people do. And that's if you have a website or if you have a LinkedIn company profile. I would suggest that you have things like that so that you can be able to protect your business. Of course, if you're doing business, you need to register your business so that you can also have intellectual property at your doorstep. Because once you have intellectual property, just like Bonnie said earlier today, you have to be creative. So when you're creative, people tend to take your ideas because they don't think for themselves. So how do you protect your own content? You have to first make sure that your content, whenever you post it, have a logo, first of all. If you have a logo, you can watermark your logo and watermark that picture. So if you have a video, if you have a picture, put a watermark, put your stuff there, put your ads. If you don't have a logo, put your Instagram name, put something that defines you, so that if somebody copies it or screenshots it, that what they're taking is also part of you. So if you find them, you can be able to report. On Instagram, on Facebook, you have so many options to click report ad, or you can report a user, or you can restrict nowadays. So there are so many ways you can be able to block someone. And just make sure that you're always doing it consistently, because people are always going to make fake accounts. But how you stay consistent is by staying true to your brand and also giving yourself leeway by protecting your property. And then when you protect your property, you can now protect your content online. I hope that works and hope that helps everybody.
Perfect. Thank you, Favor. And yes, today I believe all of us, we've learned a lot. And I believe the more questions that are coming, we can test them on our group. Then from there, we can be able to, anybody can be able to respond, because I believe we are experts in our fields and we can support each other. So for that, that is it for today. And this session is adjourned till next week. Till next week, Thursday. God bless you. God keep you well. Asante sana. We value you.
Thank you, everyone. Asante sana.
Thank you.